Your good mother gave me permission, or of course I wouldn't.
Please come right in.
I kiss your hand. 1,000 pardons. Coming straight from the street. You know I cannot see a thing. Ah, yes. Here we are. I kiss your hand.
Please sit down.
Your mother said you weren't very well, Fraulein. Nothing too serious, I hope.
Nothing serious. I was dying.
Oh, dear me, not really.
In any case, it is very kind of you to trouble to call.
Dying, and only last night you played like a goddess.
It was a great triumph, I believe.
Colossal. People were absolutely knocked out. As for myself, well...
Thanks for the lovely flowers.
Not at all, Fraulein. Last night you were positively strewn with flowers and garlands.
I left them all in my dressing room. Your bouquet was the only thing I brought home.
You're very kind. Kiss your hand. Oh, Fraulein.
Do not be afraid, Count. It commits you to nothing.
You're a strange creature. A puzzle, one might almost say.
Fräulein Birken is easier to solve?
Oh, little Birken is no puzzle, though I know her only superficially.
Indeed.
Oh yes, believe me, but you are a problem. And I've always longed for one. As a matter of fact, last night I realized what a great pleasure I've been missing. You see, it's the first time I've seen you act.
Is that true?
Oh yes, it's a big problem with the theater. I'm used to dining late, and by the time I get there, the best part of the play is over, isn't it?
You'll have to dine earlier from now on.
I thought of that, or of not dining at all. There's not much pleasure in it, is there? Dining.
But do you still find pleasure in an old-timer?
I sometimes ask myself, but I'm no old-timer. There must be another reason.
You think so?
Yes. For instance, Lulu says I'm a philosopher. What he means is I think too much.
Lulu?
Friend of mine.
He's right. It is a misfortune, all that thinking.
You see, Fräulein, I have time on my hands, and that's why I think. When they transferred me to Vienna, I thought it would be better. It would be amusing, stimulating. The city. But in reality, it's much the same here as up there.
And where is up there?
Well, down there, Fräulein, in Hungary, in the small towns I used to be stationed in.
What were you doing in Hungary?
I'm telling you, dear lady, the army.
But why did you stay so long in Hungary?
It just happened, that's all.
Enough to drive anyone mad, I should think.
Oh, I don't know. In a way, you have more things to do here than there. You know, Fräulein, training recruits, exercising horses, and the surroundings aren't as bad as people say they are. It's rather lovely. The big plain there. Such a sunset. It's a pity I'm not a painter. I often thought I would paint one if I were a painter. We had a man in our regiment, young Spalny, and he could paint one. Why am I telling you this boring stuff? I don't know, Fräulein.
Please, Count. I am highly amused.
You know, Fräulein, it's so easy to talk to you. Lulu said it would be. It's a thing that one does not often meet.
In Hungary?
Or in Vienna. People are the same everywhere. Where there are more, it gets more overcrowded. But that's the only difference. Tell me, Fräulein, do you like people, really?
Like them? I hate them! I never want to see them. I never do see them. I'm always alone. This house is deserted.
Just as I imagined, you are a misanthropist. It's bound to happen with artists, moving in that more exalted sphere. Well, it's all right for you. At least you know why you're alive.
Who told you that? I haven't the remotest idea why I'm alive.
Not really, Fräulein. Famous? Celebrated?
Is that happiness?
Happiness. Happiness doesn't exist. None of the things people chatter about really exist. Love, for instance, it's the same with love.
You pluck the heart out of the mystery, my dear Count.
And you see, Fräulein, once you're clear about that, it doesn't really matter whether you are in Vienna or in the Hungarian plains or in the tiny town of Steinemanger. For example, where can I put my cup? Thanks. What were we talking about?
Tiny town of Steinemanger.
Ah, yes, all right. Well, as I was saying, there isn't much difference. Whether I spend the evening at the casino or the club is all one.
How does it tie in with love?
If a man believes in it, there will always be a girl around him who loves him.
Fräulein Birken, for example.
Honestly, dear lady, I can't understand why you're always mentioning little Birken.
She's your mistress after all.
Who says that?
Everyone knows.
Except me. Remarkable.
But you fought a duel on her behalf.
Possibly I was shot dead and didn't notice.
Count, you're a man of honor. Sit a little closer.
If I may.
I knew you would come today.
Really? Why?
I knew it last night at the theater.
Oh. You could see me from the stage?
My dear man, didn't you realize I was playing for you alone?
How could that be?
After I saw you in the front row, I was walking on air.
Because of me? I had no idea you noticed me.
Count, you can drive a woman to despair with that dignity of yours.
Fräulein,
For a line, at least take your saber off.
permit me.
And now kiss me, finally. Oh, I wish I'd never set eyes on you.
No, it's better as it is.
Count, you're a poser.
Am I? Why?
Many a man be happy to be in your shoes right now.
I am very happy.
I thought happiness didn't exist. Why do you look at me like that? I believe you're afraid of me, Count.
I told you, Fräulein, you're a problem.
Oh, don't bother me with philosophy. Come here and ask me for something. You can have whatever you like. You're too handsome.
Well, then I beg leave to return tonight.
Tonight? But I'm playing tonight.
After the theater.
You ask for nothing else?
I'll ask for everything else. After the theater.
Then you can ask, you wretched poser.
You see, Fräulein. You see, my dear. We've been frank with each other until now. I'd find it all very much nicer in the evening, after the theater. Would be so much more comfortable. At present, you see, I've the feeling the door's going to open at any moment.
That door doesn't open from the outside.
Fräulein, wouldn't it be frivolous to spoil something at the start when it might just possibly turn out to be beautiful?
Just possibly.
And to tell the truth, I find love in the morning pretty frightful.
You're the craziest man I've ever come across.
I'm not talking about ordinary females. After all, in general, it doesn't matter. But women like you, Fräulein, no. Women like you, you can call me a fool as often as you like, but women like you, well, one shouldn't have them before breakfast, that's all.
God, you're sweet.
Now you see I'm right, don't you? What I have in mind.
Tell me what you have in mind.
What I mean is I'll wait for you after the theater, in my carriage, and then we can drive off somewhere and have supper and...
It is hot in here, don't you think?
It is hot.
What was that about being in the mood, you poser?
You're a little devil.
Count!
All right. A little angel.
Then you should have been an actor. Really. You understand women. Do you know what I'm going to do now?
Well,
I'm going to tell you I never want to see you again.
why?
You're too dangerous for me. You turn a woman's head. And now you stand there as if nothing has happened.
But
I beg you to remember, my dear Count, that I've just been your mistress.
can I ever forget it?
So how about tonight?
What do you mean exactly?
You intend to meet me after the theater?
Ah, yes. All right, let's say the day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow? We were talking of tonight.
There wouldn't be much sense in that.
Old-timer!
You misunderstand me. How should I say? From the spiritual viewpoint...
It's not your spirit that interests me.
Oh, believe me, it's all part of it. I don't agree that these things can be kept separate.
Oh, don't bother me with philosophy. When I want that, I read books.
But we never learn from the books.
That is true. And that's why you'll be here tonight. We'll come to an agreement about the spiritual viewpoint, you old rascal.
Then with your permission, I'll wait with my carriage.
You'll wait here, in my apartment.
After the theater.
Of course. What are you doing?
I think it's time for me to go, Fraulein. I've been staying rather long as it is for a formal visit.
Well, it won't be a formal visit tonight.
You think not?
Leave it to me. And now give me one more kiss, you little spiritualist. You, sweet and you seducer, you. My dear Count, it was a great honor.
I kiss your hand. Au revoir.
Adieu, tiny sign of Steinemanger.